नहीं हो रही हो। और कैलकुलस कैलकुलस ये आपने इंटरमीडिएट में भी पढ़ी हुई है। कैलकुलस इज द स्टडी अबाउट डेरिवेटिव एंड इंटीग्रेशन। ठीक है,
डबल
तो
इंटीग्रेशन लॉट।
ये सब चीजें हम डील करेंगे इस कोर्स में। हम मल्टीपल वेरिएबल की डेरिवेशन को स्टडी करेंगे इस कोर्स में। तो स्टूडेंट्स, डेरिवेटिव्स तो आप लोगों ने पहले भी पढ़े हुए हैं इंटरमीडिएट में, लेकिन वो जो डेरिवेटिव आप लोगों ने पढ़े हुए हैं, ठीक है, दैट वाज द स्टडी अबाउट सिंगल वेरिएबल। ठीक है, आपको याद हो उसमें आप क्या करते थे, रेट ऑफ चेंज फाइंड करते थे इन वन वेरिएबल विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एन अदर वेरिएबल। ठीक है, जिसमें चेंज फाइंड की जा रही होती थी उसे डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल बोलते थे, और जिसकी वजह से चेंज कंसीडर हो रही होती थी उसको इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल बोलते थे। Online, if you feel any kind of problem in your lecture, you may ask from me physically on Friday from 9 to 12 p.m. Okay. Totally focus on online lectures. If you then feel any kind of problem which you thought you cannot understand in online class, you may ask physically on Friday from 9 to 12 p.m. Okay? Okay, students? Are you listening?
जी मैम।
Okay, students, I want to give little bit review of derivatives. What was derivatives, students? You have studied about derivatives. क्या होते हैं derivative? Derivatives are the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. I think anybody have opened his or her cam, so please close. Derivatives are the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. When you take derivative of displacement, what you have to do? You write like that. That means to say that rate of change in S with respect to rate of change in T. Here S is the displacement and T is the time. That is also the definition of velocity. And when you calculate acceleration, you take another derivative of velocity. So derivatives are the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Here, students, displacement is dependent variable and time is independent variable. Displacement is dependent variable and time is independent variable, because displacement is depending on time. Note that S is dependent and T is independent. When you write like that, dy by dx, here is y is dependent and x is independent. And how you can read it? You will read it like that. derivative of y with respect to x means to say you are calculating here rate of change in y with respect to rate of change in x. Rate of change in y with respect to x. And when you write like that dx by dt, so how will you read that? You will read that like that rate of change in x with respect to rate of change in y. Here x is dependent variable and y is independent variable. You will say that you are calculating rate of change in x with respect to rate of change in y. There are many ways to write derivatives. You can write like that. Also, you can write like that from simple dash sign. Or you may write this one like that from a simple bar sign. Is that clear, students? Walaikum salam. Clear, students? Clear, students?
Yes.
Okay, that is about which you have already learned in intermediate. So all of this was a study of in single
Excuse me, ma'am.
all of this is the study of in single variables. In this course, you will study about multiple variables. In this course, you will study about multiple variables. So students, for a study about multivariable calculus, you must have to learn completely, you must have to have complete concept of derivatives. You must have complete concept of derivatives which you have studied in intermediate. So firstly, we revise a little bit of first year. We will have to study complete rule of derivatives. Then we have to go through multiple derivatives. So we will consume one lecture for previously single derivatives. Okay. So there was many rules to calculate derivative. First rule was that constant times of the function. All students focus on your screen. That is your revision of first year book. If you will not do that, you cannot learn multiple variable calculus. Constant function. How you can find the derivative of constant function? Firstly, if you have y is equals to c is any constant. How you can take its derivative? You will have to take its derivative by dy by dx is equals to 0. Derivative of constant is always equals to 0. Derivative of constant is always equals to 0 because rate of change in any constant is not possible. Why? Because reason is that constant is unchangeable quantity. Constant is the quantity which cannot be changed. If a person taking monthly salary of 50,000 and another month he is also taking monthly salary of 50,000 and another month he is also taking salary of 50,000, means to say that there is no change in his or her salary. So he or she is taking a constant amount. So the rate of change in his or her salary is 0. So the derivative of constant function is always equals to 0. And derivative of 7 is always equals to 0. Derivative of 1 crore is always equals to 0. It doesn't matter how big quantity is. If you are dealing with only constants, its derivative is always equals to 0. Either it is negative or either it is positive. Is that clear? Okay, second rule was that constant times of the function. If you have constant time, मैं आपको शीट देती हूँ, इस पे ना लिखे, मैं आपको देती हूँ शीट। वेट करो, आपने भी बेटे एग्जाम देना है। एक मिनट स्टूडेंट जरा वेट करें, जरा 2 मिनट, उनको एंगेज करके फिर आपको काम देते। कांस्टेंट टाइम्स ऑफ द फंक्शन। अच्छा स्टूडेंट्स, आपकी क्लास में भी सीएस वाले हो ना आप लोग? आपकी क्लास में भी एक स्टूडेंट था हाई ग्रेड वाला, सीएस का। आप में से कोई है? आप है सीएस के? हाँ वो आया हुआ, ठीक है। कांस्टेंट टाइम्स ऑफ द फंक्शन y इज इक्वल्स टू सी एफ ऑफ एक्स। अच्छा students, if you have like that, means to say that there is not a constant only, here is function also. Function is the multiple of any constant, like that y is equals to 7x. How you will take its derivative? You will take like that, dy by dx is equals to 7 dx by dx. 7 is equals to 1. Rate of change in x with respect to x is always equals to 1. So that with that is equals to 7. Is that clear? Okay. Calculate student derivative of this one. Calculate derivative of this one. Calculate derivative of both of these, that I explain another rule. Let me come to another rule. Here is third rule. The rule is that third rule, power rule. Rule is called power rule. And what is power rule? Power rule is that if you have a function like that in form of power, you have a function and you have its power any Now come to the fourth one rule. Fourth one real rule is multiplication rule. And plus first function as it is, derivative of second one function. First one derivative first one function, second one as it is, plus first one as it is, and derivative of second one function. If you have a function like that and first function is like that, and second function is let's suppose you have x. So you will do derivative of firstly 7x raised to the power 8 x as it is. Then first as it is and derivative of second. As students commutative law hold in multiplication, so you can take any of the function as a first. You can take first this one as a first, or maybe you can take this one as a first. If you are taking this one as a first, so this will be treated as second, and if you are taking this one as a first, then this one will be the second. Is that clear? And you know how can we solve that? Its derivative will be 56x raised to the power 7 into x, and then after solving that you will be simplify them.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, is that clear, students?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Now come to the fourth rule, addition rule. Addition rule. What is addition rule? Addition rule is that if you have a two function, first one is f of x and second one is g of x. So how will you take its derivative? Dy by dx. Derivative of first one function. If there is addition, you will add, and if there is negative, you will subtract here. And then derivative of second one function. Is that clear, students? If you have function like that, x is to the power 3 plus 7x square minus 8, how you will take its derivative? Firstly, you will take derivative of y with respect to x. Derivative of x cube plus derivative of 7x raised to the power 2 minus derivative of what will be the still, students, I have just applied derivative. I have still not take derivative. How I have applied? I have applied separately to each function. Now I will take its derivative. How could I take? Here I will apply here power rule. All the previous rules are used in the next rule. So it is compulsory to learn earlier rule to go forward before go forward another rule. 14x minus 8. Here is using power rule. Here is using constant times of the function, also power rule, and here is constant rule. So your answer is 3x square minus 14x. So students, do this one.
मैम
हरीली क्या कह रहे हो?
मैम ये 3x स्क्वायर प्लस 14x में।
मुझे आवाज बहुत थोड़ी आ रही है, थोड़ा बहुत ऊंची बोल रही है। हाँ ना, वो ट्रैफिक बहुत चल रही है, पीछे शोर हो रहा है।
मैम दरमियान में प्लस आता है।
कहाँ? हाँ हाँ, सॉरी, प्लस है, सही कह है। चलो अब ये करके दिखाओ, ये मुझसे थोड़ा सा खराब लिखा गया, 1/2 है। All of you have done derivatives in intermediate, but what about foreigners? Did foreigners done derivatives before that?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, ma'am. We also learn it just a little, not much. Just
Okay,
it's primary.
okay, that's good. Now do this
Thank.
one. Do this one, and then I will go to the another room.
मैम हो गया।
हो गया? क्या आंसर है? ये 1/2 था ऊपर।
यस मैम, -3/2 x पावर -3/2 + 8x।
अच्छा ठीक है, शाबाश। Three minus 1/2 x raised to the power -1/2 -1 and plus 4 2x, and then you can do simplification further here, which will be equal to -3/2 x raised to the power -3/2 plus 8x. That will be your answer. Is that clear? Okay, students, the rule which I have taught recently, that is addition rule and also subtraction rule. So now come to the fifth rule. Fifth rule is quotient rule. Quotient rule, or you may say that multiplication rule. Sorry, division rule. Both you can say that. If you have y is equals to f of x, g of x, so you may, हो गया, इसके ऊपर अपना नेम, रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर, सारा कुछ इसके ऊपर मिले। You will take derivative of denominator, sorry, square of denominator. This is called numerator and this is called denominator. You all know that. So you will take square of denominator in the denominator, and also in numerator you will take derivative of numerator and denominator as it is, minus now numerator as it is and derivative of denominator. Remember that, students, here you cannot take f of x and g of x as a first or second function. As you do in multiplication, you can take any of the functions as a first. You will follow that rule as it is. So if you have function like that, x raised to the power cube -1, and here is x raised to the power 1/2 डेट भी लिख देना डेट. So how will you have to do that according to this rule? You will take square root of denominator 1 by 2 and derivative of x cube minus 1 and x raised to the power 1 by 2 as it is minus x cube minus 1 as it is and derivative of x raised to the power x raised to the power 3 by 2. There is no space to write here. You can write here x raised to the power, sorry, minus 1 by 2. 1 by 2 minus 1 will be equal to minus 1 by 2. And then you can simplify that. And clear, students? Is that clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, students, I know all of you know about derivatives, but students focus on that but which I am teaching here, because these are all basics which I have used in this course. So you must have complete knowledge of derivatives to do multiple derivatives. That's why I am repeating one time. So don't lose focus and pay an attention on lecture. Okay, students, fifth rule लास्ट हमने क्या सिक्स रूल की तरफ आते हैं. सिक्स रूल क्या है? लॉगरिथमिक रूल. And this is called base log. For both of these we have applied same rule of derivative. And what is the rule? The rule is that when you take derivative, the function f of x will be go in the denominator of 1. Sorry, here is no derivative. Here is not derivative. And then you will multiply in this one to its derivative. Is that clear? And same rule for base log. F of x, and then you will multiply. Students, mute your microphones, and then you will take derivative of that function. Let's suppose you have derivative of log of x cubed minus 1. So how will you take its derivative? 1 by, I said mute your microphones. 1 by x cube minus 1, and then derivative of x cube minus 1. 1 by x cube minus 1, and then 3x square 0. And here will be 3x square divided by x cube minus 1. Is that clear, students? Students, I said.
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Students, I said off your microphones. Did you know that?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम। मैम इधर 3x का स्क्वायर नहीं आना ऊपर?
हाँ जी,
इधर ऊपर आंस पे 3x स्क्वायर नहीं आएगा?
हाँ जी, सॉरी 3x स्क्वायर नहीं, x स्क्वायर ही सही कह रहे हैं। Students, did you all know that? Now come to the seventh rule. That is, students, in the second rule you have done function raised to the power constant. Now here is constant raised to the power. Here is constant raised to the power function. So what is the rule? dy by dx, c raised to the power f of x as it is, derivative of f of x and then log of c. Log of c. In conversion of derivative, there will be three functions. There will be three upcoming functions. Firstly, function constant raised to the power function as it is. Constant raised to the power function as it is. Derivative of f of x log of c. Is that clear? And then students, let's suppose you have function like that 7 raised to the power 3x cube 1. ठीक आप सुनाएं dy by dx. Student, session is going to expire. Rejoin the session when it's gone to be off. 3x cube minus 1 and derivative of students 3x cube minus 1 and then derivative log of 7. So here will be 7 3x cube minus 1 and 9x square log of 7. Is that clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you all know that? Students, I have seen earlier in many exams, mostly students multiply 9 by 7. You cannot multiply two numbers until they have same power. You can only multiply the numbers if they have same power. You are seeing here 7 has power 3x raised to the power 3 minus 1 and here 9 has power 1. So you cannot multiply both of these. You cannot multiply 7 by 9. So mostly students do these mistakes. That's why I have explained here. No, did you all know that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me come to another rule, exponential rule. मोहम्मद आप लिख ले, मेरी खैर है, आप पढ़ा ले बच्चों को। एक्सपोनेंशियल रूल। एक्सपोनेंशियल रूल स्टूडेंट्स क्या होता है? y इज इक्वल टू, अगर आपके पास e रेज़ टू द पावर f ऑफ x हो तो आप कैसे उसका डेरिवेटिव लेंगे? dy बाई डी एक्स exponent raised to the power f of x as it is. Students, here is same rule as I have told teach you before, 7 as like 7 rule, because students here is also constant raised to the power function. Exponential number is also a constant number, as pi is a constant number. In the same way, exponent is a constant number. In the same way, exponent is a constant number. When you all have seen in the calculator, there is always a key, and on the key you have seen written as e. So when you when you press that key, when you press the key of e and press 1, so the upcoming value will be the value of exponent. So exponent is a constant number, as pi is a constant number. So we will apply here the same rule as 7. What was the rule? Constant raised to the power f of x, derivative of f of x, and multiply by derivative log of e. Multiply by log of e. E raised to the power f of x, derivative of f dash x, and derivative of e is equals to 1. Log of e is always equals to 1. Log of e is always equals to 1. So this will be your final rule. So if you have a function like e raised to the power x square root plus 1, what will be its derivative? All students do that and answer me. Take students to calculate derivative of e raised to the power x plus 1 square root. Do students that and rejoin the session. 4 minutes remain to of the session.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम।
वालेकुम सलाम।
मैम लॉग ऑफ ई 0 के बराबर होता है, 1 के होता है?
हाँ जी,
लॉग ऑफ ई जो है वो 0 के बराबर होगा कि 1 के बराबर होगा मैम?
नहीं नहीं, 1 के बराबर होगा, 0 के बराबर नहीं होगा। 0 का तो स्टूडेंट्स या लॉग किसी चीज का 0 आता ही नहीं।
यस।
Ma'am, I have done.
Yeah, you have done. Okay, yes. What is the answer?
Ma'am, e raised to power x plus 1 multiply 1 over 2, x plus 1 raised to power minus 1 over 2.
Question paper भी अंदर आती है। ठीक है students, very good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Once I am going to share its complete formula list to your WhatsApp. Here is complete 35 formulas. Hyperbolic x is equal to sine hyperbolic x cot hyperbolic x is equal to minus cosecant square hyperbolic x. Cosecant x is equal to minus cosecant x cot x. Cot hyperbolic inverse x is equal to 1 by x square. Cosecant hyperbolic inverse x is equal to minus 1 x into 1 plus x square. Is that clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now note your homework. Memorize all these 32 formulas. Do practice questions of all intermediate book. Okay, and purchase or photocopy the third chapter of calculus and analytical geometry by S.M. Yusuf. Note the name. Calculus and analytical geometry by S.M. Yusuf. Photocopy third chapter of this one. Photocopy or want to purchase, you will purchase third chapter. We will do third chapter. Okay?
मैम जो हमारी पिछली बुक थी उसमें नहीं है ये चैप्टर?
क्या कह रहे हो?
मैम जो हमें पिछले सेमेस्टर में हमारी बुक जो दी थी आपने कहा था उसमें नहीं है ये चैप्टर?
उसमें नहीं, वो मेथड की बुक थी. ये कैलकुलस की है, कैलकुलस एंड एनालिटिकल ज्योमेट्री. वो मेथड की थी, मैथमेटिकल मेथड. ये वो नहीं है. ठीक है, मैं इसकी वैसे भी पिक्चर्स शेयर कर देती हूँ, अगर आपने उन्हें तो वो ले.